Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the 16th episode of Ascent Talks. My name is Ajit Panikar. I've been an Ascent member for over a decade, and I lead Nova, an air conditioning company, and Pure Blue, a tech-enabled startup in the air conditioning domain. And as usual, my co-host for the show is Aleem. How are you doing, Aleem?
Good morning, Ajit. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aleem Merchant, and I lead a marketing and advertising company called Synapse here in Mumbai. And very excited to have you here again, and hoping we have a great show today.
Absolutely, man. And today's a special because we have two people on our shows today. But before we bring them on board, bring them onto the screen, a quick introduction to Ascent. Ascent is a not-for-profit expression of Harsh Mariwala, Chairman Marico Limited, and his passion to identify high-potential growth stage entrepreneurs and enable them to grow their enterprise and enrich their entrepreneurial journey. Launched in 2012, Ascent today empowers more than 850 entrepreneurs across India. Ascent is designed as a unique, powerful peer to peer platform that leverages the power of the collective through self facilitated groups called trust groups, which enables entrepreneurs to share and exchange experiences, ideas, insights, and create a healthy ecosystem to learn from each other. Today's event, which is a weekly event, Ascent Talks, showcases Ascent members and their interesting entrepreneurial journeys. So let's get in our guest today, Ali, and let's bring in the first show with a couple.
Absolutely. Looking forward and welcoming the couple, Hemal Majita and founder and chief OctoMind. Sorry, I'm going to start this again. Hemal Majithia is the founder and chief OctoMind of OctoBuzz, a Mumbai-based digital communication agency that focuses on creating meaningful and effective digital campaigns that accelerate a brand's growth. As a chief OctoMind, Hemal spearheads the creative business development departments of the agency. He's a passionate marketer. Hemal regularly speaks on topics about digital marketing. He has spoken at IIM Ahmedabad, the Ministry of Technology, and the World Marketing Congress. Welcome, Hemal, to the show. And before
Yeah,
you go on,
thank you so
yeah.
much.
And I'm also going to introduce Neha Shah Majida is the co-founder and chief OctoMind of OctoBuzz, the entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur, a social media evangelist. She's a business consultant, a dance teacher, office chef, homemaker, and mommy to an almost 2-year-old uh, kid. And Neha is responsible for the overall performance and operations of the company. OctoBuzz is online generation for brands like Amazon, Satyapal, Hamleys India, Bath and Body Works, Aldo, and big brands like that. And before OctoBuzz, Neha has been awarded the World Women Leadership Award by Femina and 50 Most Influential Global Youth Marketing Leaders Award by Global Youth Marketing Forum. So welcome to the show.
Amazing.
So
Thank you so much.
absolutely. And getting into the show, I mean, if you could tell us about your business, about the nature, the scale, what do you do, what are the USPs of OctoBuzz, and how did you even come up with that name?
Hey, sure. Neha, should I go? I mean, when you're a co-founder, is also your wife, taking permission is always the right thing to do. Um,
You
uh,
started off on a good note, dude. You started off on a very good note. You're setting the standards of the industry, setting the standards. Perfect. Brilliant.
Brownie
Good
point.
start. Brownie point.
Great.
Yeah, that's it. Too
So,
good.
so why the name OctoBuzz first? I mean, if you look at OctoBuzz, the name it rhymes very well with the word octopus. You see, an octopus has a big head, more hands, right? The whole idea was that we've always heard about it. The game is in the execution, is in getting things done, not only about thinking of ideas. So, if you look at an octopus, one big head, that means one big idea, more hands, more execution. So to get things done, that's the whole
Nice.
thing kind of. And why we started, what do we do? We are a digital first agency, an advertising agency which is digital first. So we have services like websites, social media marketing, create videos for people, performance marketing, basically with the only objective of helping brands and companies grow their business. That's about it. That's what we do. The way we are different, possibly kind of most advertising agencies, it would seem that they're the same. I think there are two major factors that differentiate us. One is that our hyper focus on company culture, and the other part is basically when it comes to the kind of turnaround that we can do in a short period of time. So we are very agile as a team, and the fast turnaround in terms of great ideas, in terms of quality, at a reasonable cost, kind of, which is very competitive. That's, I think, why small teams like us are preferred by brands.
Fabulous.
Amazing. No, Neha, this digital marketing that you speak about, it has
Yeah.
such different connotations. I mean, everybody thinks of it very differently. Some people assume it's just social media. Some people, they don't understand the entire gamut of digital marketing. So can you explain to our viewers who are business owners as to what is digital marketing for smaller businesses or for companies? And what are the kind of opportunities that are there within this industry for an organization and as an industry as a whole?
Sure. So, whenever I speak to somebody with regards to what we do, or, someone who doesn't know much about digital, I say it very simply that anything a brand wants to promote itself online, we do everything. Okay. So, say, right from creating a brand, website for you, say that's your digital card, right? Then, your videos, how you going to introduce yourself, your company, to the audience, digitally. So videos. So then how would you promote that ahead? So we do performance marketing, where we put money, do ads and promote your website or videos ahead. Social media marketing, I think I do not need to explain anybody what social media is, because each and everybody are on one or the other platforms, right? So whatever brands, whatever ads, or whatever brands you come across during your Insta scrolling or Facebook scrolling, or even on Snapchat. So that's what a digital media agency does for you. Okay. If you now talking about how a company can grow in this industry, or what is, let me put it like, what's the scope for a digital media agency? I would say, okay, let me just talk about few numbers. I always love talking about numbers. If we have to talk about Indian digital industry, it's growing 35% year on year. Okay. By the end of 2025, we're gonna be like $160 billion industry. Okay. And how much is the penetration right now? Is less, it's just about 1%. So, there is room for
It's
each
huge.
and everyone who wants to get into this industry, to just explore, give creative solutions, and make, I mean, have yourself, put yourself on a map there.
If I can just add to that, Ajit,
Yeah.
what Neha said, we're going to become the smartphone economy of the world by the end of the year, right? I mean, everybody will have smartphones in their hands. And at the same point of time, India, when you look at it, 72% is still in the rural areas, right?
Mm.
And when you look at that, the whole dynamic is going to be very interesting. When that side the penetration happens, what is going to happen? So anybody who wants to promote their brands online, digital marketing is best for them. For small businesses, big businesses, is the fastest and the best way. I mean, throughout our lifetime, we have not had this opportunity. But even an offline brand which doesn't have, let's say, any kind of e-commerce presence, also would definitely choose online to make its brand online. It's the
Amazing.
most measurable and cost effective and the most fastest thing that can be done in this time today. So that's about it. And the way it's growing, it's crazy. I mean, from an opportunity point of view, anybody from tier two, tier three, any kind of a business can really utilize it. I mean, I'll give you one very interesting thing. I mean, the top two platforms would be Google and Meta, right? Uh, but at the same point of time, do you know there are these platforms called Moj, MX Takatak, ShareChat, Chingari, which are growing like crazy. If you look at the website of MX Takatak, ShareChat is a company which has bought Moj and MX Takatak put together. You'll be able to find out that MX Takatak and Moj put together have 400 million active Indian users right now,
Wow.
and we
Wow.
don't even know about it. If you look at it globally right now, TikTok is kind of number one, even beyond YouTube, even beyond Facebook. It's crossed all of them. So short format is working, and the format which is working here also is Reels when it comes to Instagram, and when it comes to MX Takatak and Moj, they are basically just another version of a TikTok in India, which is specifically for that 72% of audience in the rural areas. So now, from a penetration point of view, whether you're a brand which is like focusing on the urban side, rural side, tier one, tier two, tier three, the opportunity is endless. Even a rickshaw wala, farmer, everybody has a phone.
Yeah.
So opportunity
Yeah,
is crazy.
And since we are
amazing.
talking opportunities, since we are talking about this, and normally this show is about you, your business. But I know when we are running agencies, we are always talking about our, clients' businesses and how, you run those businesses, and we're more interested in their businesses. But can you tell me from your business perspective, what kind of opportunities are you seeing for yourself to market or yourself to grow in this, in this growing industry?
Surely. So one thing that from a digital agency point of view, if you look at we are basically based out in Andheri, right? If you look at only in Andheri, there'll be 500 people saying me too, I'm also a digital agency, I'm also a digital agency, right? So there is definitely a lot of clutter, right? Overall, but that also says that, that much work is there. Like Neha said, the penetration is hardly anything right now, right? And we are just penetrating the market. And because of the reach that is coming up, everybody has an opportunity to kind of like, start a digital business or do something here. And the opportunity is just growing. Definitely the dynamic changes. So what people would need yesterday so might not need now. So for example, we learned it a very hard way and over a period of time, Alim, that it's not about likes, it's not about just creating a website, it's not just about creating a creative or a video. We learned it the hard way that if you ask 3 to 4 whys out there, the end thing is that how are we growing the business? In the end, if we are able to do that, if you see a tagline also is your digital companion, and the companion is something that we really mean. I mean, we don't want to become our vision statement is not to become the number one company in India, but the most trusted digital company in India. Uh, the reason is only that if you see today, agencies kind of like I mean, people find it difficult to trust agencies, uh, and there are few quality agencies, right, who have been doing work since a long time. Like Synapse has been working with clients since a long time, right? Uh, and that only says that that clients trust you guys. Similarly, for us, we did a small math and came to know that 92.8% of our clients have at least been with us for 3 or more years, right?
Nice.
So if you can stick with a client, help them grow continuously, then the opportunity is endless. Because like we said, the reach is just growing, it's just the beginning. And there is so much to learn. You have to be on top of it. So one thing from an opportunity point of view, if you can really help your clients grow, stick with them and be invested, really vested in them, then it will help. Second thing is definitely when it comes to uh, new stuff like AI. There's so much new MR, metaverse, etc. So many things are happening. You need to stay abreast with whatever is happening. We'll be able to be at par with the opportunity coming in.
Amazing. Neha, that's all about the industry. We really want to know from you, from an entrepreneurial point of view, how did you guys get started and why did you choose Hemal, yeah, to get to start a business the 24 hours, 365 days, both of you all are together? Oh my God. Tell us, how did that work? Does it work or is it an advantage, disadvantage? How did that story come here?
We come across this question very often. Like, how are you guys doing it? And now it's like about to be 10 years in the business, you
Wow.
know? So, I'll tell you, we work on a simple, if I may just use Hindi over here,
Please,
okay?
I go ahead.
Geo
Go
or
ahead.
Jine
Yeah.
Do, okay?
Sorry, what do you
So
say?
I said Geo or Jine Do, okay? So we both believe in that, okay? Give each other space, okay? And that comes out of trust, okay? Now,
Yeah, you need
in that
just sorry to interrupt you. Geo or Gino, though, please write a white paper on that. We all need copies of that.
Correct.
24 hours you guys spend together. Please write a white paper on that. Okay. Please do that. Please go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
yes, one day, why not? So yeah, so how we have done it, in the company also, we have divided our roles. Okay, he takes care of his part. I take care of my areas. If I have to elaborate that, in any business you need two things, right? One, you need clients to serve. Okay. Other, you need product to give them or the service to provide. Okay. Simply getting clients and promoting the marketing bit is something what Hemal takes care of. Okay. Where I come into picture is getting the right kind of people at right place, making sure that whatever services, Hemal pitching it to client, making sure that that is done properly. Okay. So, of course, we consult each other whenever we are stuck, or if at all we have suggestions, in each other's area. But at the end, veto remains in the person who is, handling that area. So that way, I think that helps us to, keep our sane and work together, and being there like 24 hours. And you'll be surprised that when we are in office, we hardly talk to each other as well, unless and until there is any meeting. So
But I think
yeah,
कुछ तो
that is
गड़बड़ है
very.
इधर.
Yeah,
He's saying that,
absolutely.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है इधर. He is
Yeah.
saying whatever he commits to the clients, I make sure it delivers. ये कौन सा husband wife relationship में होता है कि जो husband बोला वो बीवी करेगी? कुछ गड़बड़ है इधर. But anyway, I'm not
Yeah,
going
Hemal, this is Neha gave a textbook answer. Perfect.
Correct.
Absolutely good. अब यार सच बता. Prime, it
नहीं
cannot
नहीं
be
सच
so good, yaar.
ठीक है
सच
ठीक है
बता. What are the
एकदम सच
challenges? Is
बता
it really a
correct.
advantage or
हाँ.
there are challenges around
yeah
it?
yeah
One
Well,
so
second,
tell
I'm
the,
you
looking.
what, we were good students, तो टेक्स्ट बुक बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा है, एंड जो पढ़ा है वो इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहा है.
नहीं
But
honestly I think
Hemal,
we have
before you
better
start, I'm
friends
taking Neha
than
out of the show. I'm taking Neha out of the show so you can talk openly to all of us.
she'll be able to see it later boss.
इतना smart है मैं बोला.
No, while we started in the beginning, there were overlapping roles, and that was definitely causing a little bit of friction. That okay, who does what? I think that role division and clarity came after nearly 2.5 years. If I can be honest, it took a while for us to understand. Okay, what you are going to do? See, and we are an human intensive business service. There is no product that we have a product, raw material, everything is people, and which is very important. So that is what Neha takes care of. I take care of clients. We are very well divided there. I'll be honest. In fact, we don't meet for even while we are in the office. Like there are days that we don't even see each other. We don't even meet each other. And in fact, for those who don't know, who are beyond Ascent, we kind of have something called check-ins. And in our personal highs, one of the things that I've shared and has helped kind of other members also is that we have this very interesting thing. Once in a month, we have a date night where we don't have a kid there. We don't talk work, and we make sure that we connect with each other because honestly, there is not much communication happening on a day-to-day basis. It's kind of very well divided, chalked out, and yeah, I mean, I have learned it very well, through my peers and through whatever वो महापुरुष जो कह के गए कि there are only three ways to be successful in a marriage: say yes, say yes, say yes. So that is common. That also I use very well.
Amazing, man. Good. you know, one of the things that you keep talking about in terms of, it almost sounds like, yeah, जैसा trust group में constitution है ना, अपने बीच में भी constitution है. बराबर
है,
clear है.
है,
Everything is laid out.
actually
Yes,
है.
That's good.
absolutely.
That's good.
But I think
Hemal,
this
why didn't you tell us
constitution.
about? Sorry,
Yeah,
why
go on,
didn't you
go on,
tell us
go on.
about that big digital success that you had about TV18 Tweetathon campaign? And then that's going to be interesting for all our viewers. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Sure, sure. So, I mean, it was CNBC TV18's 20th anniversary, and the brief was very clear that CNBC is equal to stock sidely, right? And they said, okay, why don't you? I mean, what we want to do now is that CNBC is equal to business because they were already in that transition. That is what we had to tell the youth specifically, and that it's not about just stock markets but business. Now we said how to do it and also celebrate the 20th anniversary in a gala way. Like most businesses, the budgets were very lean. We went with an idea that okay, we'll do a tweetathon. Now, what a tweetathon is: Twitter plus marathon, which is that we'll have a continuous conference like we have offline, online, but it'll be an unconference because there'll be a two-way communication. So 12 hours, 12 topics, 12 speakers, and kind of like an unconference where there are three parties, CNBC as the host, the speaker, and basically the audience out there. Now that is something that had never been done at a stretch like this, where it's nearly like a proper conference. So we said it's India's first business unconference, and that is basically for around 10 odd kind of like, sorry, 12 hours. It was a celebration with speakers, with some like contests happening in between, everything. So it was pretty like interesting. Now we tried to kind of reach out to influencers out there, etc. And we first tried to convince the client, and we got rejected twice till we understood what the client really had a problem with. They definitely didn't want to pay these guys as influencers to be a part of the whole thing, and we were successful in doing that by just packaging it correctly. I mean, the last meeting, I went to the client and came back and said, okay, fine, you know what, I understand that this is the problem. We spoke to we spoke to Twitter first and said, hey, we're doing something like this for the first time. Will you be in? They said yes. We are ready to associate in terms of sharing whatever you put as a video, etc. moments. And besides there, we called certain of our clients. There's this client called Amish Tripathi, who's one of the biggest authors in India. We tried to speak to him. So the ball started rolling within just 30 minutes. We went out, came back, and said, okay, we have Twitter on board. We have one speaker on board. What do you say now? And once you have that one ball rolling, the others starts coming in. We had Milind Soman, we had Bhuvan Bam, we had Malini Agarwal. We had some of the top names talking about their businesses and how they've raised them. And a 12 hours unconference, which has never happened before on Twitter like that. We generated around 560 plus million impressions organically. There was we had to pay no influencer out there. We said, this is something happening, and this is one of the biggest unconferences in India. First time format like this happening. It was like FOMO, that why don't we be a part of it? And once we have one or two names along with it, people flow. So that was the success, and we won around 16 odd awards for this campaign that we did.
Fabulous. Congratulations on that.
Thank
And
you.
Hemal and Neha, like you correctly told us that culture is critical in your organization. I'd like to know a little more about it. What is it about your culture? What is it about the people? How do you all drive that?
Sure. So,
Now you want to take that?
yeah, sure. So, I'll tell you, we always think about, as Emil mentioned before, right? Growing clients' business is very important to us, right? In the same way, growing our people is equally important to us, right? So we make sure that whosoever is, coming working with us, making sure that they are going from A to B. If they are not going, we won't go, right? So that first thing. Second thing, I'll give you a small example where you'll understand, how we think kind of for our people or a company. Uh, During COVID times, I would say like in the first 2 months when COVID hit the entire thing was locked down, and 76% of our business was hurt, and but that time when everybody was laying off people, we didn't think of that, right? We didn't do a single layout during the lockdown, because understand that if they were with us during our highs and lows, we cannot just lay out anybody during this time. Second thing, during that time, we normally have 21 days leaves, right? We included 21 plus 14 for whosoever is going through COVID, and plus 2 days for vaccination, so at least people get that time to recover, and if they want a few more leaves to take thereafter, they can take it. Everybody was paid on time and with full salary, so there was no salary cut off as well. Okay. So see, we believe in simple thing. If they are not part of our, if they are not a partner in our profits, why should they be a partner in our losses, right? So that way, I mean, Touchwood, we have a good CFO with us also, who does a good planning, and that way, financially we don't get stuck while it comes to giving to people or anything. So, and otherwise, yeah, we do have fun Fridays, which normally any agency or a company would have, and little fun things here and there we do. We do also look after, together, we planted around 200 trees during Diwali. So that was also fun. Every quarter, we have a masseuse coming to office, and
Okay.
each one of them
For Hemal.
reflexology. Yeah.
Every quarter for Hemal, Masoos come. Damn good HR policy, dude. It works.
No, no, for the whole team.
For people. So they get
In
like
fact,
everyone gets like good 10 minutes or of reflexology.
these are
So
these are really this is a really great company which has visually impaired masseuses, and we've
yeah,
tied up with them, and every
Wow.
3 months they come and give a massage to
How
everyone,
cool.
reflexology
How
and
cool
massage.
is
Yeah.
that?
it's just our
That is
little
very
way of
interesting.
showing care.
That's
That's
very nice.
amazing. But
I'll
guys,
I'll just
before we actually, sorry,
sure.
before we actually,
If I can just
we sure, please go ahead, Hemal.
If I can just add one thing, Ajit and Alim here. We all at Ascent talk about scaling businesses, right? That is one of the things that we all help each other with. Uh, One thing that we have come to know that culture is the foundation of that. And if you look at, let's say, let me ask you, Ajit and Alim, Geo, is it a company which is more aggressive or more slow? What would you say?
Network तो slow है यार, but हाँ.
Hmm. But let's say
Right.
overall as a company culture, it's more kind of go-getters, right? Okay, capture
Yeah,
the market.
aggressive. Absolutely. Just go
Uh,
out
Very
and
aggressive.
get the
if you
results done.
talk
Only the
about
network is slow.
Tata's,
Everything else is good.
right? If you talk about Tata's, would it be a sustainable company or an aggressive company there, or slow? Tata's would be more thinking about sustainably, more ethical, right? The company culture ideally comes from top down. But what happens is, let's say a second line in command would possibly have that value system that we follow. And then going forward, it becomes like Chinese whispers, it starts getting lost. So most of the companies, who are very strong when they become big, are specifically because their culture is very strong. Culture definitely is the fabric of culture is basically values. We take
Right.
value systems very easily. There is this company called Zappos that we follow blindly, and it's like a bible for us. They, in fact, the best company to work for in the world, even beyond Google, according to Fortune. And
Amazing.
if you
Hemal, I'm
look
going to
at
interrupt you here. I'm sorry for that, buddy. We've
so
got just about 2 minutes, and I really want to actually ask one question, which is
no
very
problem.
important.
So
Tell us
follow
about that
Zappos,
Ascent
learn
journey.
about
Two
it.
trust groups. You guys are in two different trust groups, and it's
Yes,
very
that
Yes.
is what.
interesting to know how did this whole Ascent journey come in, and how much do you guys share from one trust group to another group? So we need to know that. So let's hear it from you first, Hemal. Tell us about your Ascent journey.
So I'm from Ascent Daring Mavericks. Have a very interesting trust group. Ankit Tanna, who's the champion, basically, Ascent champion from Printman. He is my brother, and he told me about his Ascent journey and said, "Hey, you have to be a part of it." We had a long conversation where he convinced me you have to go for this. And I think it's been around close to 2 years I've been in Ascent, and it's been a blessing. Uh, I mean, the best part is you get so many varied experiences from people. There is no transaction, and the best part is that uh, if you have a burning issue, people are there to help you, and it's one of the best board of advisors that I've ever got for my business. Uh, and the way it has helped me grow personally and professionally, not only professionally but personally also, it's been great. And We share learnings definitely, but beyond that, I think I've met all people from her trust group, but beyond that, we don't know anything.
Oh, wow, really?
So,
Yes.
Tell
so
us
just
more.
there's some interesting questions also. So, Neha, tell us about your journey. So, to our viewers, we will go a little 2-3 minutes more into our talks today because there's some interesting questions also that's come. So, we'll do that. So, over to you, Neha. Tell us quickly about the Ascent journey that you had.
So, see, I'm from the Ascent group called Triumph. Okay, and we are pretty new group. Like all of us are all new members in one group, and it's been almost a year now. And I would say, see, people say that entrepreneurship is a lonely journey. Thankfully for us both, we had two. I mean, both of us for each other. But sometimes even two are not enough. You somewhere hit the roof ceiling, and I'm very thankful that I met these people. Every month we meet, we talk about our how our month was, and whichever burning issue we have, everybody has such creative inputs to give. Some of them have been there, done that, some just come up with some creative idea, and it has helped me a lot, especially in terms of HR, like dealing with people and recruitment to an extent. So I'm thankful for
That's
all
amazing.
10 of them to, it's like my family far from family. It's just my second
Amazing,
family.
amazing.
Yeah.
So good. So just a quick question, Prajakta. You asked why OctoBuzz. I think you should see the start of our. If you missed it earlier, Hemal did explain to us why OctoBuzz. So you might want to just go back onto the video after the show is over and see it again. Uh, just quick questions I'm going to put. You could probably just answer all of them
Sure,
in
sure.
one go. They're very related.
Sure.
We got Jay who's asking what are the most creative campaign that you have done. You have Hitesh who is asking how difficult is it to run a digital agency. How can you apply at OctoBuzz? How difficult is it to run a difficult agency that he did ask? And we have Shika who's asking, how is OctoBuzz planning to equip its employees with ever growing and evolving digital innovations? I know they're all related questions. Probably you can just quickly answer it before we actually wind up the show.
Sure, I'll start with how to apply at OctoBuzz. It's hr@octobuzz.com. And I mean,
Perfect.
Dande ki baat. And besides that, about some of the most innovative campaign that we've done many of them, but I think there is this author called Amish Tripathi. For him, we had designed this book cover, and we basically put in some Easter eggs inside the book cover. Now, people are very crazy about his books, so we put Easter eggs in his book cover, which was done first time for a book, and those Easter eggs would lead to the next upcoming books for him. And that kind of picked up by storm. The audience started kind of like breaking it down. So it was a very interesting campaign. There are many more, but it's difficult to tell in a short time right now.
Okay.
Besides that, I think there was someone
So
who
I
asked.
have I have a better way to do that.
Oh,
Why don't you just tell our viewers as to what's your email ID? I can see like questions have suddenly started coming
Like,
all over the place. We've got like I mean to for just for our viewers information, the viewership live on this show is extremely high compared to all our viewers. Okay, this is and we have questions coming through and through. Himel, just share your email ID so let people start writing to you directly. What's your
sure,
email
it's
ID?
hemal@octobuzz.com, neha@octobuzz.com. You can reach out to us.
Come on, guys,
Reach
just
out
go
to
ahead
us
and
and
write
we
it.
can
We are running really ahead of time, so we need to actually wind up the show. So
Sure.
Hemal and Neha, it's been fantastic. But Hemal, one question: what are you doing on Tuesday?
Oh, let's catch up.
yeah,
See, Neha, this is what happens when a husband-wife works. This is what happens. He has no clue what's
able to
happening
give
on
you one
Tuesday.
more chance. Check your calendar.
One more chance. One more chance.
One more
What
chance.
are you
Check your
doing on
calendar.
Tuesday? He told me, let's catch up. Can you believe it, Neha?
Come.
How can you handle this guy and you chose to work with him 24 hours,
Oh
365
my
days?
God.
What are
Able
you
to
Amazing
doing
give
on
you.
success
Tuesday?
from you, Hemal.
No, no. Valentine's Day is every day for us.
All right. Okay, okay, okay. You know,
Yeah.
this is
Quick
AI
save.
enabled chat. Okay, this talk show
Whoa.
is AI enabled. So, what do you think shows up, man? What do you think really shows up? Anyway,
Great, great, great.
but awesome, guys. But it's been fantastic listening to you. This has been our first show for both of yours. We did go out overboard by 5 minutes, but it's been fun listening to you guys. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you both with us, and look forward to engaging with you guys on a personal note. Fabulous
Hey, thank
meeting
you
you
so much,
guys.
Ajit. Thank you, Aleem. And thank you to all the audience.
Thank you for having us. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
having us,
Pleasure.
guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. So super stuff here, Ali. That was the first show with two of us, and this
Yes.
was Valentine's Day special. So we chose this interesting couple to
Correct.
come online
Absolutely. Yes.
and to talk about it. So it's fabulous. So we did go 5 minutes overboard, but it was no regrets. We had a fun time. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next Friday. If you guys all members, please remember this big networking and knowledge session is coming up. If you haven't signed up, it's on 16th Feb. Sign up to interesting speakers. You will love to be here, and it's fantastic. And also one important thing. If you guys think these 16 episodes are just Ajit and Aleem, you might be in for a surprise, right? That's not what it is. There's a lovely lady who's at the back of the show who actually coordinates, puts this thing together. So we want to actually acknowledge that lady. She is Pankti Gala. She's
Yay!
from the Ascent office, and she actually coordinates and puts all of this to us. So connect with her on LinkedIn. Tell her she's doing a fantastic job, and she's the one who puts it
Absolutely.
together every Friday for us. So thank you guys, and see you next Friday at 11 a.m. with another interesting story. See you guys. Bye
You
bye.
too. Take care. Bye bye.